Hello everybody and welcome back to A Royal Reader. My name is Cece and today I'm going to be talking about all the adult fantasies that I have on my TBR. So these books that I am about to show you are the ones that I physically have on my TBR. I obviously have quite a lot on my actual to be read shelf on Goodreads, but I don't have all of them, so I'm just going to be talking about the ones that I physically have. And now I may have already spoken about some of these already, but nonetheless, if you haven't watched those videos and you're seeing this video for the first time, you'll see these books for the first time. So first, I have one that's probably on a lot of people's lists, if I do say so. It is a very well-known adult fantasy book by one of the most well-known adult fantasy authors, and that's going to be The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Stormlight Archive series. Everybody knows this series, everybody knows how big it is. I obviously have the UK and Australian paperbacks. They separate the books into two copies, I guess. So this is obviously book one, part one, which very annoying, and it's going to take up a lot of space on my bookshelf, but the white spines are aesthetic, so I don't really mind. But essentially, from what I know about this, we follow a large cast of characters. We have two opposing countries, kingdoms, I guess, and from what I know, I believe there is meant to be a treaty signing between these two kingdoms, and either before or after the treaty is signed, the king of one of these countries is killed. I don't know if he's murdered or if he just dies. I'm pretty sure he's murdered. And that just sparks a whole big war. And that's pretty much all I really know about this. I've just heard amazing things about this series, so I am excited to eventually get to it at some point in time. Next up, we have one that I feel like isn't really spoken about, and it could be underrated possibly, I'm not entirely too sure. But that's going to be The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. This has orcs, and it also has oh crap, what's the name? Viking people, I think. So essentially our main character teams up with a sorcerer and does stuff for him. I don't really know too much about this, but everybody that I have seen speak about this has said nothing but good things, so I am excited to get to it, which I'm going to be saying a lot throughout this entire video, so prepare yourself. Next, we have another popular one that I feel like is only just becoming popular on BookTube within the recent months, and that's going to be The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is the first book in a trilogy. I think it's called the All Souls trilogy. It doesn't say it on this book. That's great. Awesome. Cool. But as you can, yeah, there, right there. So as you can see by the printed sticker, this has been adapted into a TV show. We don't have Sky here in Australia, but I believe you can find it on Binge, I think is the TV streaming service that is available. So there's that. Or you could probably buy it on iTunes and stuff, but who knows. Essentially, this follows our two main characters. One is a witch and the other is a vampire, and in this world, vampires and witches and everything else in between are not allowed to technically interact with each other because it's, you know, going to alert the humans that they exist, I guess. The witch and the vampire end up falling in love. Now, I know that this is very historical. The main character, I don't know what her name is. Oh, Diana, probably. She is actually an archivist Oxford or something, and I think the vampire guy is as well, or at least a historian. So, a manuscript which holds the secrets of their past and the key to their future. So there we go. I'm not entirely too sure if it's set in the historical period or if it's like time travel or not. But anyway, I'm super excited. I have heard nothing but good things about this, and I really want to read it at some point. Maybe in October, possibly? So next we have one that I am very excited to get to, The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. This author is the author who wrote technically the 7.5 deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, or the 7 deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, depending on where you find the book. And essentially this is a murder mystery taking place on a boat, I believe, and we have like a Sherlock Holmes-esque character and obviously his sidekick Watson. The Sherlock character, who is Samuel Pepys, is actually facing trial and execution for a crime that he may or may not have committed. While they are traveling to go and attend his court hearing, I guess, they discover bodies and stuff on the boat. So yes, I'm excited to read this. I haven't really heard too many people talk about this, and I know that in his first book there is a little bit of fat phobia that happens throughout the book. I haven't read it, so I can't really mention anything about that, but I am getting more interested in reading murder mysteries and things like that, so hopefully this will be good. Now, these next couple of ones I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to have on their TBRs because they are very, very popular and they are more recent, so these will probably come as no surprise. The first one is going to be The Ruin of Kings by Jenn Lyons, I think is how you pronounce it. So this is about a young boy who, when he is stealing from a house, he gets marked by a demon. He then attracts the attention of royalty, who then claim him as their immoral heir's lost son. And then somehow there's dragons involved. It just sounds so cool. I am a little annoyed though that my copy of the first book is this little tiny small paperback version, and my second book is the bigger normal sized paperback version, so that's a little bit annoying. But anyway, I am excited. I have heard nothing but good things about people who have read this, so yeah. Next up, another one that's going to come as no surprise whatsoever, City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Everybody and their dog knows about this. It is a fantasy set in Cairo, Egypt in the 18th century. We follow our main character Nari, who has this sort of affinity to understand people's ailments and their sicknesses and stuff, so she teams up with her friend and they sort of con people out of money because her friend owns an apothecary. She tells these people that they're dying and they need all of these different types of herbs, so they go and buy them from her friend's apothecary. One day, when she is in the middle of making a con, she somehow manages to summon a warrior djinn. I have no idea how. I am definitely intrigued to discover how. And essentially the djinn takes her to this mystical, magical land of the City of Wrath, where she discovers that she actually probably is a little bit more connected to it than she thought. That's all I know about this. That's what everybody says about this. I have heard nothing but good things about this. I actually don't think I've seen anybody give this lower than a 4-star rating, so I am excited to get to this at some point in time, if the TBR game lets me. So the next 2 books are by the same author, and they are ones that I feel like at the moment they have gotten a little bit more hype over on the booktube channels. The first book is going to be The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is a sort of dystopian fantasy sci-fi mixed all together, where we have this 5th season that occurs on Earth where just the whole world loses its shit basically, and a whole bunch of people actually have this gift where they can sort of, I don't know if they predict or if they make it happen or not, but there's this group of people who have that type of ability, and they get, what do you call it? Hunted down, I guess. We also follow, I think, a mother who has lost her son and her daughter, and yeah, that's pretty much all I know about this. I know that it's really confusing at times, and I am a little bit worried about that, but other than that, I just know that N.K. Jemisin's writing is amazing from what I've heard, and I am very excited to start it at some point. And the last book that I have on this list is a chunker, but that is because it is a bind-up of a trilogy, and that is going to be the Inheritance Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This has the books The 100,000 Kingdoms, The Broken Kingdoms, and The Kingdoms of God. So, oh, and it also has The Awakened Kingdoms, which is a brand new sequel apparently. So this is huge, huge. I don't know how many pages it is. Ooh. So it's over 1,400 pages. That's insane, but that's okay. I will be splitting it up into each of the different books, so I don't know too much about this, but I just know that everybody really enjoys this trilogy, so I am interested to check it out. I really don't know anything about this, and there's nothing on the back. Why do people do this? Can I have a synopsis, please? No synopsis. Okay, that's great. Why do paperbacks do this? Why do they put just like quotes from people on the back? I want to know what the book is about. But anyway, yeah, there's this. Cool boy, she thick. But at least she's floppy. Like, look at this. Oh, sorry, Louie. I just woke my cat up. She's floppy, which is good. And the text is not tiny, so that's also another good thing. So, those are all of the adult fantasies that I have on my physical TBR. If you guys have read any of these, please let me know down below in the comments which ones I should probably prioritize first. If you have any other suggestions, please leave them down in the comments as well. I am always looking to extend my adult fantasy shelf. Don't really technically have one. I have like a Robin Hobb and a Brandon Sanderson shelf, which is just that one there that you can see. And then this other one here is where I have the rest of them. So I need to have more options. So yes, if you do have any suggestions, leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you enjoyed, then do click that subscribe button just down below so you can see more videos from me. And if you would like to see more of me, then also check out the links I have in the description box. They lead you to my Twitter and my Instagram, so you can see more of me in other areas. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in another video later on.